GameSir X2 Phone Gaming Controller Review. The downside of the GameSir X2 as a phone controller is that it lacks an audio jack and strange software support, and it occasionally issues no travel commands. However, this is great both for Android and iOS as well as for its price and its durable design bundled in the included case. A good controller for a computer game has to nail one thing: hardware. Exacting finishing touches make this toy's construction significant enough to accommodate most exhaustive trips across heavily populated areas. A full-size back to its controllers instead of a solitary spine, like the Backbone One or Razer Kishi, gives it a more solid hand feel also. Virtually all the switches have satisfying tactile feedback on them, and the analog sticks are excellent to use smoothly and exactly with plenty of space to move. Contrasting the Backbone One buttons, the sticks on these switches are similarly cozy, but they have considerably less room for movement. All the switches click satisfyingly, and the evident sticks are exceptional to use delicate and smooth, providing plenty of area for the Jaguars to move about. The Backbone One switches are also clicky, but the curved sticks are slightly shallower and have less place to move. And when it comes to small design choices, GameSir really shows you care for them. From the rubber grip around the back and the included case for additional safety to the connector freely moving left and right by 50 degrees, in order that the connector and port are preserved. The X2 GameSir protrudes more from your case, which suggests it can be put to use with just a few minutes of buoyancy sealant. This particular video game apparatus has a great structure, aside from the fact that it lacks the idea of inertia. Additionally favored the selection of arbitrary acceleration from the video game controller, to be conveyed back. Overall, GameSir excels yet falls short of the Backbone One in connectivity. The greatest win here is with a USB-C or Lightning wired version, no flip phone user is left out. Sure, here is Backbone for Android coming in the near future, but they have remained incommunicado for some time. As I've told you above, the 50 degrees bend of that particular connector makes it simple to plug your phone in. And the suggested range of that stretch is between 6.5 and 6.75 inches in length. On the iOS side of things, this indicates support for phones up to an iPhone 13 Pro Max size without needing to have an attachment to support the larger camera bump of the 13 Pro, like the Backbone One required. But while the X2 gets out ahead here, we just reached the second issue. There is no 3.5mm headphone jack for audio pass-through. And yet, the X2 makes it out of here first. There is no 3.5mm headphone jack for audio pass-through. Certainly, we live in a wonderful world of true wireless headphones, and you will probably be happy with this setup. But it will be unable to contain latency entirely, which will make rhythm video games basically infeasible. This is the simplest function request GameSir will ever have to deal with. Give me a headphone jack. On the Android side, it's just a simple companion app that lets you change the layout of the buttons depending on what you're playing. The reason for this is that the hardware buttons are positioned in the Nintendo layout instead of the Xbox layout, which can cause you to have issues with any games you play. For iOS, the Backbone application only supports Bluetooth controllers, so you are out of luck if you try making modifications to the interface yourself. Instead, it offers a full suite of game controls and tools, as well as tools to create videos and collaborate with others. Of course, there is Backbone, which enables you to share clips as well as Twitch streaming and 15-second smart clip capture, done by buffering the clip. The GameSir X2 finds itself so close to garnering the accolades of the best phone gaming controller. Its durable and pleasing build, buttons that feel good, metal sticks with an easygoing touch, and numerous shopper-friendly choices like including a totally free case and keeping it well below its cost make it an ideal choice. But the small but impactful omissions stop the illustration of the gold shoulder buttons that don't have any travel. An inconvenient application that is awkward to utilize and does not actually accomplish anything. And the absence of a 3.5mm headphone jack pass-through for lag-free audio.